So we are live on Facebook, and it's funny when I go live, I have no idea, but I always put the camera on the right end of the phone when I'm using the phone, or and it's funny because when I'm doing like normal videos, I'm doing the selfie shot, I'm putting the camera on the other side, so it just feels crazy. I don't know why I'm sharing all that. Well, probably because nobody's in here yet. Anyway, I wanted to stop by and just take 15 minutes and share some honest, good stuff with you, and I mean good stuff. I really believe we're going to come out of this okay. I know that I'm not saying that it's not affecting some people who are watching this video right now. I'm not saying that it may not affect you in a very, very negative way. But at the other side of this thing, I think as far as society, I'm just believing that things are going to get better. I really do. I'm going to believe that that this can bring out the best in people at a community level. I know we all have different political viewpoints and things like that. You know what? That's not what I'm here to talk about tonight. But I wanted to encourage you. I just want to encourage you, whoever is joining us tonight or watches this later, I just wanted to take some time to encourage you. I want to take some time to say, first of all, know that this is not the end. This is not the end. I don't even think this life is the end. I'm a Christian. I believe that if you've accepted Christ as your Savior, that, man, this is just a short journey in eternity. And this is a great time to be alive. You are seeing things right now that nobody around you has ever seen before. Like, think about this. You're experiencing something with both your parents and your grandparents. Hello, Leah. You're experiencing something with your parents and your grandparents that no one has seen before. Maybe like back before your grandparents were around, back in like 1918, but that'd be your great-great-grandparents, not your grandparents. So you're actually getting to see things nobody has seen before. And you say, well, yeah, but it's terrible. Yes, it's terrible. But hey, it's a new kind of terrible. Look at it that way. You got to look at a positive thing. Look at something positive. This is historic. Here's another thing you can look at positive. You can say it this way. If you've got kids running around the house, you can say that, oh, I wish I had more time to spend with the kids. Well, now you do. You got more time to spend with your kids. Now, that might drive you crazy. It may. I was thinking about it because for a few years, I was a single dad, and seriously. And when the kids are being kids, it can get kind of crazy. Seriously, it can get nuts. So, yeah, that's got its good and bad when the kids are around you like all the time. Hello, Nancy. Good to see you. Good to see you. And here's the thing. One of the biggest things for me is it is a little less stressful than my normal routine. There's a little bit of less stress, but then you've got those issues where you're like, yeah, but what if this and what ifs will drive you crazy. I don't know about you, but a what if will drive you crazy. I don't know why the lighting just keeps changing. It's crazy, but I hope you see that beautiful view in the background. It's absolutely gorgeous. Even though everything just went, I don't know why. I have no idea why it does that. I'm really just coming on here because I really want to touch base with you guys and encourage you that this is not the end. I just really felt that in my spirit, just to get on here and say, hey, it's going to be okay. And it's hard, though, because I look and I see there's like only 2 people in here right now. So maybe I'm saying this for the people who watch it later. But seriously, this isn't the end. Just let's keep trying to stay focused on loving other people. What if this is all God's way of getting us to love people again? Like for Democrats and Republicans to learn how to talk again. When I was a kid, Democrats and Republicans talked. It wasn't as terrible as it is now when it comes to all of the division. So maybe all this is happening so we can get along and love each other. I don't know. I don't know if that's the case at all. But here's the thing. And I don't know if God is, I know this, God is sovereign, so he's allowed this to happen. That's for sure. But at the same time, you've got to find a silver lining, maybe you get to spend more time with your family. Maybe it's that you're getting to experiment cooking. Maybe you're getting to try to, like I've been trying to get my wife and my youngest daughter, they sent her home from college like everybody else. And like, I'm trying to get them to buy some lard. Yeah, I know lard, but buy some lard and some buttermilk because I want to make buttermilk biscuits. I haven't made my own buttermilk biscuits in a long time. I want to make chocolate cookies. Okay, I know those are bad ideas and ways to get fat. I understand that's probably not the most encouraging thing to do, but it's fun. I fried chicken in butter the other day. That was great. Seriously, I fried chicken in butter. Why? Because you can. Because you can. You can fry chicken in butter. You shouldn't do that all the time. It's bad to do. I'm so deleting this video. It's bad to do that all the time. You should not fry things in butter, but oh, it's heavenly. Oh, salt, pepper, a little flour. Put it on the frying pan and it just sizzles. Oh, it's just Man, it's good. You know what my wife made tonight? She made this stir fry. It was good. The chicken was so tender, and it had like green peppers and yellow peppers and onions, and it was beautiful too. It was absolutely beautiful, and it was great. And then I'm like, okay, I'm cooking next. She said tomorrow night you are making hamburgers, and I said okay, because I make a pretty good hamburger. Seriously, I make like the best hamburgers. But now I'm thinking, since I got a little bit more time, I'm sitting here thinking, what can I do with a hamburger? And right when I think that, Strong's Adventures pops up right now and says, I'm thinking bacon grease, and you're right. I'm thinking bacon grease too. Bill, I'm thinking bacon grease. I'm thinking I fry the bacon, get the drippings, maybe chop up half the bacon to put it into the burger, fry it up on the iron skillet. Can't make a fire here in the city of Harrisonburg. I live next to the chief of police. They would call the fire department. It wouldn't be pretty. But I'm going to make it in the iron skillet, because an iron skillet will give something its own unique flavor. And I'll have onions in there with it, and garlic, chopped garlic, and it'll just make its own kind of thing with the ham. Oh man, that's going to be so good. I'm glad my wife put me on cooking detail tomorrow. It's going to be great. I'm excited. And then I'm going to, let's see, Strong says bacon and cheese inside the burger. That's what I'm talking about. See, that kind of thing. Now my wife doesn't like mushrooms. I don't know why, but she doesn't like mushrooms. So I can't do the mushroom bacon burger. I can't do that. But it's times like these where you can reflect and say, what is possible? What is possible? Strong says it's called an inside out. I did not know that. I did not know that. But by the time I'm done with it, it will be my own Strong's. I will make my own creation with the iron skillet. However, I'm going to definitely make biscuits as well, buttermilk biscuits. I'm probably going to use the iron skillet for that too, which is tricky, I know, because it's not seasoned well. I need to season my iron skillet, and that would be great. I need to go over to your channel, and which you have an amazing channel. Strong's Adventures is probably one of the best cooking channels on YouTube, in my opinion, because of how they cook. They use Dutch ovens and iron skillets and things like that, and they do things that I never imagined that you could do with an iron skillet or a Dutch oven. But I'm going to check that out and go to his channel and just kind of see what kind of information you have about how to season this iron skillet. I think Carolyn may have bought it at Walmart, so I don't know the good and the bad behind a Walmart iron skillet. You know what I'm saying? Because it could be made in another place and not be that quality. I don't know. But the bottom of it isn't. It isn't set. It isn't sealed yet. You know, it isn't cured or whatever they call it. It doesn't seem right just yet. So it's going to be difficult to put the biscuits in there. But I'm saying all this cooking stuff just to remind you that this is not the end of the world. I know if you're anything like us here in the state of Virginia, the governor just issued another Executive Order 55, that further restricts people from moving around. And even if because it's not really going to change a lot for Carolyn or myself. It's not really going to change anything, not much. We're not going to get to go to the mountains because that would be eliminated now. There's no joy driving, there's no getting out going. So those things are eliminated, and it's easy for that to make you feel forlorn and just, oh my gosh, I'm trapped. But you can't think that way. If you think that way, you're going to get depressed even more. There's going to come a time where you're not going to be able to help thinking that way. I guess that's another way of saying it. After a few weeks, you're going to start, the cabin fever sets in. But you have to look at it right now as it just started. This thing it's just getting going. How creative can you be? And think out of the box. Think out of the routine. Think out of the norm and go from there. Look at your kitchen. And food might not be your thing. And probably it shouldn't be, not the way that it is with me. I love cooking. I love eating. Yeah, it's bad, especially with type 2 diabetes. I mean, seriously, my sugar has been terrible lately. Not that you care, but I'm saying my sugar's not been great lately. They've got me on the 2 medications, and I take 1,000 milligrams of metformin twice a day. Yeah, that much. And another medication for my diabetes. I'm not sure though it's all because of what I eat, because I don't eat terrible. I know I just talked about biscuits and bacon and grease, and you're gonna say, of course you eat terrible, but I don't eat that way all the time. I mean, okay, a lot, but not all the time. Come on, cut me some slack. Quit picking on me here. My point is that your go-to right now does not have to be food. It could be anything. One of my neighbors, they're getting into fitness right now because they have that indoor gym, and maybe you have that too. That Soloflex that you bought back in the early 2000s and the late 90s that's been sitting in the basement so long that it's nothing but spider webs. now would be a great time to go down there and start that fitness plan that you were going to start. I'm just saying, this is if you got more time. Strong said something here, but I'm on my phone and it doesn't stay posted. So let's see. No, I can't do it that way. I apologize. I missed your comment, Strong, because I'm using my phone. It seems to stream better, so go figure. I have no idea why. I mean, we've got a Canon and my laptop, and they stream terribly. Go figure. So I didn't get to read all your comment. I'll have to check it out later. So please forgive me. But still, it could be a time for the books. You can hit the books. I'm always going to encourage people to read. I've got a library. Some of you have seen one of my bookshelves. I read. And so for me, it's a great time to pick up that book. For me, I read books 2 and 3 times, but you can order a book. Amazon's still delivering right now. You can get the sanitizer thing, wipe down the box, and order some new books. Read, work out, and rediscover your kitchen. I tell you what Facebook is good for right now. There's a lot of encouraging things being said on Facebook. There's a lot of negative things being said on Facebook. It's Facebook. It's kind of like the semi-open forum. It's not completely open, but it's, so you get a little bit of both. But there's good food is what I'm saying, that people are posting these recipes, and that's a lot of fun. You can clean your house. You can clean your parents' house. I cleaned my dad's house today. That was a lot of fun. I've noticed a lot of people have jumped off here when I started talking about reading. I hope that we don't have that many people who don't read. But anyway, I'm so grateful that you stopped by to watch this rambling mess that I'm just trying to encourage you. You can clean your windows, because obviously mine in the background need cleaning, and that's something else that I could be doing. You could build furniture. You can do that sort of thing, which I honestly cannot. You can clean your garage. That's another thing that I have on my to-do list is cleaning the garage. Look, there's a lot of things you could be doing right now. You don't have to go crazy just yet. It's not the end of the world. There's all kinds of things you can be doing. You can live life to the fullest in your own home. Maybe that's a new channel I should spin off. A nose for life in the house. Yeah, you're right. That's probably a terrible idea, because yes, Carolyn and I like to go and do. And so for us, this is a little bit of a prison, but I'm still going to meet with you hopefully more often now than ever. Why? Because we need each other. This is not the time to shut down and not talk. This is the time to communicate and use this awesome technology. You know what we're doing this weekend at church is we're going to, provided I've got to get permission from the chief of police, make sure I'm clearing it with him. We're getting, Juan Thomas says you can work in your yard. We could, but we rent now here because we pastor here in Virginia, and so we don't do our yard. So we don't get to do but you could do yard work. That's exactly right. You could do yard work, and you can do your thing. Could be a great time for that. You could go do it. But in our church this weekend, we're going to do drive-in church, and that sounds fun. A lot of people are excited. It's something different. You can't get out of your car. We're going to broadcast over an FM frequency there at the church. And you keep your windows up and just listen to it over the over the radio. Juan's saying that Arizona's shutting down tomorrow at 5. I think April 1st is our shutdown, or maybe it's tomorrow, March 3rd. I can't remember, but there's a time period. And again, we're just waiting on that final deal, that final thing that says that we can have drive-in church. And we're excited about that. We're going to be streaming, and I'd love to invite you. I'm inviting you again to come to Ray of Hope. Go to the Facebook page, Ray of Hope Harrisonburg at 10:30. And we're going to have drive-in church, and provided we get the permission and everything. I'm going to tell you, I'm kind of excited about that. Other churches in the community are doing that, and they've had a lot of success. I mean, in other words, people are showing up, and it's a way to get out of the house. We're going to stream that, and if you're interested to see what that looks like, it'd be a good day to stream. Maybe our streams, the first time we did it, it was pretty rough. It's real rough. Second time was better. The second time was a little better. It's hard for me to preach to a phone and like 3 people in the room, and including my wife. So I've been practicing to be able to better get my points out, because I've noticed I have a hard time. I get sidetracked easily because I'm so used to preaching to the crowd and not a phone. It's almost like I'm going back in time to when I was younger and just starting to preach, and I would go outside and preach to the squirrels who are outside, because all of them are good church members. They just don't tithe. I'm just saying, they don't. Don't expect a good offering from the squirrels or the birds. There's a few birds that were good, but they were on the board. And anyway, that church is still doing well. I'm just not their pastor anymore. The point is that it kind of feels like preaching to the woods. There's no humans in the woods. There were birds. Sorry about that. But it says I'm live again. Sorry about that. But still, stop by Ray of Hope Harrisonburg this coming Sunday at 10:30. We're going to be streaming. And make sure that you've liked that page so you can get all of our stuff, man. And it'd be great. And then you can be like a transplant member of our church and join our community. Anyway, my name is Bill Marion. I want to thank you so much for being a part of this Rambling live stream. Just to encourage you to remember, this is not the end. This is not the end. Be blessed.